Hello there guys, Wayne here from Luna's World. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. In today's video we are going to be checking out the Shoreham and Adur scenery, and yeah, it's pretty vastly improved. As you just saw, the scenery at Shoreham is, it's okay, but it's definitely not very detailed. So this payware scenery fixes that. So let's get on up and, whoops, wrong one. And yeah, take a look. So looking forward to this as always. Let me just adjust my mixture here. Both, please. Thank you. Okay. Strobe. What else are we doing here? That's all good, I think. Alright, clear prop. Fuel pump. Actually crack the throttle. Okay. There we go. Alternator, avionics. Just going to turn these up a little bit gloomy today. Nav light, pitot, beacon. Alright, so we're just going to taxi out. We won't bother doing getting a pushback and all that stuff. So here we go. A little bit stuttery. So I put my settings too high instead of some on ultra, and well, this is the result really. Not that impressed. Anyway, we'll see how we go. So yeah, as you can see, let me just slow down here. We've got loads more detail instead of the default scenery. The default scenery had burnt-in images of aircraft on the ground. The buildings just weren't particularly high fidelity, so they really have done a much better job than default. And the price of this is something like $13, so very, very reasonable. Well worth checking out if you fly in this area, Shoreham. And they haven't just modelled the airport; they've actually modelled part of the river as well. So we're going to have a good old look at that, and because it's such an iconic scenery coming in through that side, landing on 20, it just, the Adur River, and it's got sandbanks for most of it, with boats just kind of moored in the sand, really. So it's always, every time I've passed it, it looks like it's kind of low tide. Well, anyway, let's go and have a look. All right, taxi lights, landing lights are on, fuel pump is on. We're ready to go. Flaps set. Alright, we are lined up. Okay, takeoff power is set. Stuttering seems to have got a bit better now. Alright, there's 40. And she feels like she wants to fly, so up we go. Awesome. So a little bit of a gloomy day today in the UK. This is real world weather. So what we'll do is we'll come out to sea a little bit, do a left-hand turn once we're at about, I don't know, 1,000 feet or something. My flight stick is sticky today. I don't know why. Alright, you know what? We'll start our turn now. We'll go flaps up. Beautiful cloud structures. Okay, we'll just come back off the throttle a little bit. So the first thing we'll do is we'll do a flyby over the airfield, so you get like a nice aerial view of Shoreham, and then we'll go onwards and check out the river, check out the surrounding area, and see what it's about. So yeah, a much more detailed version of Shoreham here. Really nice, including the Art Deco. In fact, if we lose some altitude here, including the Art Deco main building
500.
With the tower on. Got aircraft popping in and out there. That's a bit weird. So there we go. That is pretty nice. And then here's the river here. So yeah, so there you can see some boats just kind of moored up in the mud. That's pretty accurate. That's what you see. And I believe they've also modeled all of this around here. You can see the boats there. So yeah, these boats, if you don't have this scenery, are just burnt in. I mean, a lot of them still are burnt in, but it looks alright. Doesn't look so great at this altitude, but once you get up a bit, it looks good. Alright, so let's go 1,000 feet. And oh, it looks like we've got some traffic over there. Someone else joining me for a flight. Oh, he's gone. Maybe it's a drone or a UFO. So yeah, obviously down that way is Brighton. And then here, as you can see, this is all being modelled beautifully. Looks great. So we'll just follow the river along here. And we'll go nice and low, putting all my flaps out just to slow us down. So yeah, a little bit of water in there. I think that bridge has been redone as well. And there's a nice view of Shoreham right there. River Adur just below us, and then you got the infamous A27 going up that way towards Chichester, well, Worthing and then Chichester. I used to hate that road so much. I used to do it every day. Live in Brighton, work in Chichester. Not a great commute. Should take about 40 minutes, but if you've got to be at work by, say, let's say 9, I normally would have to leave at least 7, just to, you know, in case there are any hiccups along the way, which there often were. Not fun. Yeah, so really nicely done actually. I wonder how far they've gone up with rendering adding stuff to the river. It looks good. Alright, let's turn ourselves around. Let's get these flaps up. It doesn't look like Lancing College is modelled. Let me just have a quick... That's a shame. Yeah, it would be here on this hill. That looks like it. That looks nothing like it though, unfortunately. It's a beautiful iconic building. That's a shame. I thought they might have done that. Can't have it all, I guess. Alright, coming in a bit fast, but never mind. Come along. Okay. Terrible, terrible landing. But there we go. Wasn't really focusing. That's my excuse. Alright, so let's take a little nosy around then. So you guys can see some of the detail. We'll go get nice and close to the buildings. In fact, we'll just be naughty. We'll nip across the grass here. And this road. So yeah, as you can see, really nice detail on the buildings. They all look really accurate. I know Shoreham quite well. I'm not sure what's going on with these planes ahead. Elevation problems, maybe? Not quite sure. Okay, now that we get up a little bit closer to the building here, I'm not that convinced actually. There's something not quite right there. Look at that flickering. And look at the weird textures on the side. That's not 100%. If I'm honest. This looks okay. Yeah, well, I don't know. The Orbex one I think looks better, if I'm honest, but it's still pretty good. It's definitely better than what was on offer for default, and for the price I think I would be fairly happy with it, yeah. Yeah, okay, not bad, not bad. Definitely, I would say needs a little bit of improvement. Mostly the iconic tower, really. That building, certainly, unless it's not loaded in properly, kind of looks alright from this side. See, that looks alright. Would be nice if they had modelled the actual staircases on the outside, but they've just gone for that shadow effect. That's, yeah, you know, I don't know. Are you going to spend your entire time staring at the building? No, probably not. So it's good enough for me. It really is. I don't, you know, basically you're going to see it when you park, and you're going to see it sort of maybe if you fly over and take off, and that's about it. But why don't we just have a little fly around in the drone? Let me just get into drone view here. So yeah, I mean, this here looks a bit dodgy, if I'm honest. It just looks a bit, I don't know, not great. This isn't very high res, and there's something, we can see the tower through that building there. It's a bit odd, and also lights through the building. Anyway, I mean, like I said, I don't want to nitpick too much, but that's kind of one of the things I would suggest that could be improved on, is this, the textures on this building. But otherwise it looks really nice. Let's just have a look out the front. Whoopsie. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad. It would be nice to have for this to have been 3D. But anyway, maybe I'm being a bit too over picky here. But on the whole, I think this is worth $13 or whatever it is, especially if you fly around in Shoreham in this area a lot, because the original one is just not great. So there we go, guys. That is my review of the Shoreham scenery here, and yeah, I would give it probably 4 stars out of 5. It's not bad, but it definitely needs a little bit of improvement. So I hope that's been useful. I'll put the link in the description, and thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.